You're excited. Feel these nipples. We talk about Rove McManus, a double agent of the patriarchy, and there's a live Andy-based controversy. We're joined by Alex J as we watch BASEketball for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
What's up? We're on the pod.
We are. Hold on.
Jamie, you're in charge. You have to start.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking getting my notes and shit.
Oh, right, yeah.
Are you getting tattoo removal, Alex?
Yes.
Man, talking to the microphone.
Is this on air?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a
Well,
very
don't answer like we're doing an interview. Don't
long... yes, thank you for asking.
We're just talking. Yeah, you're getting tattooed. It looks like...
It's a very long, expensive, and excruciating process.
Is it real painful? Is it like
it's
fuck?
so fucking painful.
Because I fucking, I hate getting tattooed. I can't stand it.
Oh, it's like so much worse.
It's so
than
much
that.
worse. Fuck.
But-
I really got to commit to
But
that.
it only takes like 10 minutes a session as opposed to like 4 hours. or
Yeah,
something, like
okay,
a normal.
right, fair.
I went and
tattoo.
got laser today on my face.
What'd you get done?
Like face and neck. Trying to
Nice.
get rid of the old beard.
Oh, cool.
Can I
Yeah,
have some of
it's-
your
How's
beard?
that?
have
It's
some mine.
very painful. It's not,
Lasers on skin is just not.
it's not pleasant at
It's
all.
not optimal.
And it smells like burnt hair
Yeah,
as well.
it smells
It's
very
just
burny.
horrible.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun.
I think there
Soon.
should be a shark with frickin' laser beams, if you know what I mean.
Never heard that proposed before.
No way, dude.
This podcast is horny.
It's like a crossover right now. I like it.
We're just,
It's more of a
We're
talking smack with
we're-
rivals.
no, we're just straight up stealing from them now.
Yeah.
Take that,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Dear colleagues.
Friends.
Oh man, what have you been up to today, Alex?
I've not much today. I've been prepping. I've got Fringe this week, so.
Oh,
Been
yes.
that.
Sydney friend.
Yes.
Leave your plugs till the end, though, please.
I was going to say it's like
Also, this
September
one-
18th to 23rd.
This won't come
Hey.
out till late next week.
Cool. Well, thank you for everyone who didn't come. We had a great time.
Oh man, yeah, that's sick.
So we just listened to the song Venom by Eminem for the movie Venom.
Man, it is wildly
So
bad.
good.
Oh, dear.
Man, I don't
Not.
Rose couldn't
Not
even
good.
stay outside and listen to the whole
Jamie, do you
thing.
think
No, I
Jamie, do you
tapped
think it's
out.
possible that maybe I'm Eddie Brock and you're the suit?
I do think it's possible because I just
You
pull-
pitched that joke
yeah, I
to
just
me.
pitched that joke to you 2 seconds ago. I said you got to get on Twitter and tweet that.
This is what I deal with every week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talk.
Man, we talk mostly about Venom on this podcast.
Yeah,
I've not
The movie, it's a movie.
watched or heard or.
It's the movie's not even out yet.
Oh, okay, great.
do you
We're
know
very
what
excited for
Venom
the release.
is?
No.
Oh boy! All right, so
Alright, so
Alright.
Spider-Man, one of Spider-Man's main antagonists.
I'm lost. I'm done. Sorry.
Who's this Spider-Man you're talking about?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Phil Spiderman.
Yeah.
So postal worker.
Tobey Maguire-man.
Yeah. It's a Spider-Man bad guy that because of weird licensing issues between different production companies, he gets his own movie that does not have Spider-Man in it. But it's like not a spin-off. It's like an original movie just about this bad guy.
But he originated.
Yeah, and we're into it because it's like it's like so like clearly like aimed at edgy teenagers. Like it's like
Yeah,
Deadpool,
right.
Suicide Squad,
Cool, cool,
the
cool.
Joker. It's in that field. He's like the
Yeah.
new Joker.
It's like the darkness that we all crave.
We're real excited.
Yeah,
we're
cool.
real G'd up for this movie to come
Yeah.
out.
I'm excited.
Rose
when
in
does it come out?
2/3 we.
Yeah. Rose in particular has been campaigning to see Venom and transitioning into a Venom podcast.
Like, you're going to make
Oh,
me
cool.
spend money to go and see that
That's
movie.
the worst
Yeah.
That I
part.
don't want to do.
it's going to be $20 to go see
Man,
this
it
God.
movie.
might be good. Like we don't know. It could be good.
I
Fucking.
don't think it will
What's
be.
the,
Yeah, it's not
what's the
gonna
name
be
of the
good.
guy? He's real famous. He's in everything.
Tom
What's-
Hardy?
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's a great actor. It could be good. Man.
Yeah, but
Like,
Tom Hardy's been in some dumb shit.
He's also been in some great shit.
That's
Talking about The
true.
Dark Knight Returns, Rises. I
Dark
mean.
Knight Rises. What?
But-
Are you a comic book head or what?
Well, I am such a comic book head. That's why I said Returns because that's
Yeah.
the name of the comic book actually. So.
Yeah, Frank Miller
Whoa.
actually.
Frank Miller
kind
actually
of reinvented the form.
It's kind of like 80s, like when.
Are you guys fighting right now? I can't tell.
It's hard. I don't.
It's a lot of
This is-
memory, a lot of under the breath.
This is the biggest fight we've
Memory.
ever had.
And I am fully erect for it.
Me
Oh,
too.
it's like,
This is the weird thing about wearing tracksuit pants out of the house.
You
If I
can-
get a boner, it's game over. Like, it is game over.
Yeah,
how
you get Sam
often
Mendes.
does that accidentally happen as a grown adult?
Not-
I don't know if you've listened to this podcast, but never without chemical
If I
assistance.
accidentally fall onto some Viagra,
Yeah.
it's game over for these tracksuit
tripped
pants.
and fell on someone's Viagra?
No, like, it doesn't happen very often.
You don't shelf Viagra. You know that, right?
Once.
Oh, okay. Good for
I've
you.
never done that. I once shelved a no-dose, though.
That's one of the things. They gave me this list of like things that will happen for when you take hormones and how long they are. And one of them is decreased spontaneous erections. I was like,
Man, must
that
be
hasn't
nice.
happened to me till I was like, since I was like
I will
16.
Right.
occasionally get a spontaneous erection.
Yeah, I've got
Really?
a boner before I work.
At work?
Yeah, I get boners at work from time to time.
Is the
Couple
bus
times a week,
The
maybe.
bus.
the bus thing, is that still a
the
thing?
bus
It's
is
an
a
old
thing.
trope.
But I reckon that's not spontaneous. That's
also
like a
not
weird
gender
thing to do with
specific,
like.
I don't think.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. It's a fun experience.
Yeah,
I just,
Alex is like, yeah, I got a boner on a bus.
yeah. I just don't get the boner part.
But I've heard women be like, "Oh, that bus ride, ugh." Like,
Yeah.
on the wrong part of the bus." I
think
Or
I-
the
wasn't
right part.
Yeah, I think I read in like an FHM once, like some woman liked to take like Benoit balls on the bus because
yeah,
like it was
dude.
like a super intense.
I've
Say
only
what?
read FHM. That's the only text I've ever read. Yeah.
FHM is my Bible, dude.
Oh, man. Lad Bible's my Bible.
Well, FHM
I'm more
was,
of a Ralph girl.
I think like FHM was the classy person's Ralph.
Yeah.
Probably Ralph was probably a big.
No, Ralph wasn't Ralph just like the localized version, whereas FHM.
No, because
came
there
later.
was a local FHM as well.
Yeah, but I think the local
Yeah.
FHM came after Ralph had already started. I could be making this up.
Because
I don't
then
know.
there was Zoo after that, which was
But Zeus
like-
also was weekly rather than monthly.
Yeah.
And so it was thinner and cheaper.
yeah,
I've had jokes of mine printed in Zoo magazine.
Did
that's
you write
so
in?
good.
No,
They steal
They
off
did a thing
comedians'
where they would do
Twitters.
like little, like a few local comedians.
Yeah,
They had, like, little
I knew a-
profiles on
That's
there.
cool.
I knew a guy who decided he wanted to do that, and just because I was the comedian he knew, he hit me up first.
Great. What was
Yeah.
the joke? Do you remember?
I could. There was like
There's a
5 or
few.
6. I couldn't remember.
Clinton got it done once, and because he was doing like, and this is in no way shitting on Clinton, but like doing like these like kind
Even
of
though
like,
you'd so sorely like to.
hey, who's to say? Look, whatever. No, it's but like he was doing kind of like his like sort of like ironic anti-comedy sort of like his like whatever. And just seeing them written down in print, it's like none of these work at all.
Oh,
These
no.
just seem like weird puns that don't quite work. Like,
Yeah, it's like when like comedians trying to make memes of themselves
Yeah.
with their own jokes, but they're too
Oh, I
wordy,
love
and
that.
it's not succinct enough.
5 paragraphs of
Yeah.
text. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, I guess at the end, my mom doesn't like me.
You can faintly
just-
see a photo
Yeah.
of them behind
It's
the
just-
text.
Here's my
Wolfie
Twitter
and
handle.
a big photo that just a big block that just says "shake the bag, baby." Like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen live.
Yeah, true. It works.
If I had a
live.
photo of Wolfie saying "shake the bag, baby,"
Oh,
I'd laugh.
That's my.
I'd get it framed as
I'd,
well.
Print and
yeah, I'd
frame.
blow that up and like put it on my wall.
I'd commission
Shake the bag,
an
baby.
oil painting.
That would
of
be my
Andrew Wolfe.
Bible.
Yeah.
that framed photo.
Oh man, Wolfie was so funny at Wayward's the other night.
Wasn't he
So
amazing?
fun. Oh yeah, you were saying.
Yeah.
That was so
But
funny.
wasn't he great
I
in
meant off
person
stage.
when he
Yeah.
intimated quite loudly that everything was falling apart?
Yeah.
Yeah, very loudly. Just went, this crowd sucks.
He kept saying that Dan Rath was like his outfit was gala ready and he sold out because he had confidence now.
Confidence is a sellout.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, you got that token haircut."
Those frigging glasses that every comic has.
yeah, exactly.
That nervous demeanor is gala ready.
Absolutely.
What about that Nat demeanor?
Not
Nice.
so much.
Oh, just before I forget, so because we teased in the last episode, you are on air right now with a double agent of the patriarchy.
yeah.
I was accused online of being a double agent for the patriarchy the
Ooh,
other
tell
day.
me more.
What, by me?
I won't say their name. It's a comedian from Melbourne.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She has been posting. I don't. The details are boring. Posting some pretty raw shit. That is a lot of delusion and narcissism involved. That she's then projecting onto like.
They are projecting.
She's really onto like feminism and like she's literally claimed to be the leader of feminism in Melbourne. She's completely delusional.
Well, she is.
I'm pretty sure she claims to have invented feminism.
Yeah, like it's
I-
wild.
She must be real old.
Yeah.
Anyway,
To be honest, I'd never heard of feminism.
another
until I saw
comedian
it.
did a
True.
status that wasn't even
Oh, yeah, I
referencing them or
heard about
involving
this,
them. That was just like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this thing, and she took that as an attack, so she did this massive call-out status. But then in one of the comments, it was, I also checked out all the men who liked that comment and have blocked and unfriended them. Double agents, the patriarchy, and I checked, and because I liked that status, I had been blocked.
That is some deep
So
investigating.
So me and Tom Sanderson are double agents for the patriarchy.
Oh my god!
I mean-
Are you meant to tell people, or is it meant to be secret?
I didn't even know that I was like perceived as an agent of feminism. Like I didn't realize.
Let alone
that,
a double
yeah,
agent.
like the idea that like I'm posing as like I didn't think I was doing a good thing for anyone. Like I don't. You know
No
what I mean?
one does, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not worried that I have a reputation as a feminist. Like I'm
Ew, yuck. Get out, quick.
You're an agent of chaos.
That's
is
like
what
the
you are.
against
no.
brand.
Oh, no.
For the patriarchy, Andrew Hastings.
Yeah, well, I don't endorse these comments at all because I didn't like Rose Callahan's status, so am I actually still friends with that person? I really
Hey.
appreciate it. As a feminist, as an ally, I don't endorse those comments.
Well, I wanted to go back
You're
and
whispering a lot this episode.
I wanted to go back and like the
He's getting
comment
real
and see if I
serious,
made
man.
the grade. Because it would be real turfy if she unfriended me.
Yeah, we don't.
because
We
of
think she's secretly a turf.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You guys, I'm secretly turf. May not look it, but when
I
I
look
take
like a cartoon feminist.
Yeah. When I take my shirt off and it just says trans women aren't real.
Oh, he's doing it now, and it actually does say that.
Whatever, I'm a double
should-
agent
you
for the
could get that.
patriarchy.
You get that removed. It'll take a while.
Are you only getting that one removed?
Just this
or
one, yeah, because it's the only visible one I
actually
have.
always liked
Right.
that tattoo.
Thanks, man.
It's a shame that
It's
you...
all right. I just don't like it being visible. I've got like 10 other ones, but they're all easily
Yeah,
hidden.
for like work and shit.
Yeah, just
fair
in
enough.
general life stuff.
man.
So it's been
Rove
a long
wanted you to get rid of it?
yeah. Yeah. No, I've been doing this for 2 years.
Say bye to
Oh,
that.
really?
Rove rolled up your sleeve. Oh, what the?
Say bye to that tattoo for me.
He just rolled
Tell
up.
your mum I'm disappointed in you for me.
There was
It's only been 2 years.
2 years.
How
and
frequently do you go?
Every 10 weeks.
Fucking hell.
It's
Oh yeah, because that's,
That's
How I
so
Met Your Mother
long.
plot.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I just
No,
like the
it's
idea of
10
Rove
sessions.
silently rolling up your sleeve, then just going, Peter Hellier doesn't have tattoos.
long sleeves for you.
That's why Corinne Grant left. She wanted to get a sleeve.
For context, Alex worked with Rove on a couple of things.
On a pilot
Yeah.
that we did recently. Yeah.
Fingers
It's a
crossed.
stage thing as well, though, right?
So, oh yeah, we did like a live kind of talk show as
Alex
well.
knows
for a
Rove,
bit.
no big deal.
You brought it up.
Oh, whatever. She just thinks
Shut up, man. But
So
keep
Alex-
going.
Whatever. She just thinks she's better than us.
Alex, ever since Alex has started working with Rove, she's been a real bitch.
I don't mean to speak out of turn.
Yeah. She won't stop bringing it up.
It's the first thing I
So
said
what was
when I
he
walked
like?
in
So
here.
what was- Tell us everything about working with Rove.
He's like the best. I can't even. Like,
Are
I
you
wish I
taller
could.
than him?
No, I think we're about the same height.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's still pretty short.
I'm 5'8".
That's quite short for a man.
Oh, is it?
No, it's
How
not.
tall are
Jamie,
you?
that's quite short for a man. I'm about 6 foot.
You said that.
Are we getting into this again?
I said
So
the
Are we
real-
getting
I
into
actually
this
said the
again?
real height this time. I'm actually about 6 foot.
What do you normally say?
Does
Okay.
about 6 foot mean
About
just
6'9"?
under 6 foot?
Like
Yeah.
5'8"
Like,
and a half.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
like
right.
4 inches under.
I'm between like 5'11" and a half and 6 foot. I'm maybe like a centimeter under. I think I'm like 170.
Depending on whether you put your lifts in your shoes that day or
I'm
not.
about 179 centimeters. I'm about that. 78, 79.
Go the Tom
Around
Cruise and wear little boots with heels.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite tall.
Good for you. I'm so happy for you. Jamie, how tall are you?
I think I'm about 5'11", actually.
All right. Rose?
6'2".
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all tower over Rove is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. that's what we were
I didn't
getting
know
at.
that's
We
right.
won't, we won't stand
know
for
what
that
podcast-
intimidating persona he
Do you know
puts
what
on.
podcast Rove has appeared on?
Oh, yeah.
The Enemy podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Are they the enemy podcast, like, officially?
Yeah. I feel
Starting
like
from now.
You should
I
get
feel
that
like
printed
maybe I
on
don't
a
know if we're
shirt.
allowed to tell this story, but I'm going to anyway. It was like I can't remember if it was Cam or Alexi that I was talking to, but they said like they were really worried when he was going to their house and they like cleaned the bathroom and shit. 'Cause they're like, what if Rove needs to pee in my toilet?
That's quite cute.
Dad's coming over. Aw.
That's
Yeah.
quite cute. They're no longer our enemy podcast.
I'm sorry to
that's
say I
nice
didn't clean
and
the toilet before
endearing.
you came over.
I would have been disappointed if you did.
We should get Cam back on the pod actually.
Yeah, we should.
Also, Alexi was talking about doing it.
Yeah,
Why
he
you
wants to
revel in the guests we've got here?
Sorry.
Like, do you mean right now? Do you want me to go?
You can
Sub out.
tell Alexi to come over.
I'll text him. He's probably around.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about teen sex comedies. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie Kirk, joined by the very short
Andrew, 6'9" Hastings.
and the very tall.
Rose, 8 inches Piper.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, dang.
No way. No way.
Damn.
That's too much.
No, it's 9.
That's fucked. There's no way that's real.
8 inches is like that?
8 inches is
Scary.
It's a Subway
two-thirds
sandwich
of a
and a
ruler.
half.
2/3 of a ruler, yeah.
I reckon I'll clear that.
That's fucked. That's gigantic.
Frightening.
Thank God you're getting rid of it.
Yeah, I'm doing women's vaginas a service.
And we have a very special guest today in Rose Piper Studios. We have Alex J. Hi,
Hello.
Alex.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
And we
Yay.
chose the movie BASEketball.
Alex
to watch.
chose the
Alex
movie
chose the
BASEketball.
movie BASEketball.
Classic teen sex comedy.
But
named
but
a
we were
few.
not unhappy about
Right.
that selection.
I named a few when I was talking to Rose about it, but you guys had already done them.
Yeah.
What were the other ones?
Van Wilder was one.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry,
and
a
like
bigger
Euro
guest wanted that
Trip.
one.
Yeah, Euro
I
Trip.
understand.
We actually know Tom Walker.
Wait, you guys know Tom Walker?
Yeah,
Actually, no, Tom Walker, dude.
I
actually.
know Tom Walker. Oh my god.
It's crazy how
Very
many
cool.
mutual friends we have working in the same industry
Yeah.
for 6 years.
Which is very-
in a very small
which is very
community
small,
industry.
Yeah, where everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
But we don't know
Yeah,
Rose.
so then I was just
No
kind of
Venom.
thinking about just like the comedies that I watched during my teenage years, and this was a
Yeah,
big one.
totally.
So
Yeah.
if it works.
Yeah.
I met Adam Hills the other night.
Did you?
Yeah, dude.
What's he like?
He was super nice. He was like the
They're all
nicest
just
dude.
so nice.
I met him for literally 3 minutes. It was
Cool.
I was at the pub and he was there, and one of the other comics there was like, "Oh, I know him. I'll just get him to come over."
Was it outside of a comedy
It was in
situation?
town.
You're
It was just
being
a
you're
crowd.
not you're being pretty vague about the comic they introduced you to.
Who almost certainly like pretended that he knew him better than he
Oh,
did.
God.
Tell me.
I don't want to admit that I was hanging out with this guy.
Okay.
It was
Tell
like
me
it
off
wasn't
mic.
even hanging out. It was he was at the pub. Like I was just at the pub and he was also at the pub and he
Yeah,
kinda
because
crashed
you
our
went
hang.
together after you messaged each other saying, "Let's go to the pub together and hold
miss
hands, wear our
you.
matching Joker
It's been
t-shirts."
too long.
Yeah.
Sam Dastiari was there too.
Oh.
Sam Dastiari comes to Cactus Juice, my open mic, occasionally.
Has he
Again.
got an app?
No, he
Ah.
just talks about comedy
He's
constantly.
like a massive comedy tragic. Like he really
Yeah.
wants to do comedy.
Right.
He goes on the little Dum Dum Club all the time and stuff.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
We should
Well, he
get
just
him
did
on.
that show and like Becky was a panelist. on
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
he's like-
that-
he's
did you
so
watch
bad
that?
at
It was
No.
so good.
He was
Really?
like name
She was
dropping
awesome.
Nick Cody to me, and it's like, you know the Prime Minister. Like, it's not
Yeah, that's so
it's
funny.
like, I don't care that you know Nick Cody.
He's like, I actually have hung out with Kappa.
Literally,
Yeah,
he
you're like,
was like,
But he's standing there going, "The Prime Minister hasn't been on Conan."
he was literally being like, oh, you know Nick Kappa, man. I know Nick Kappa, and I was like, it's Nick
Well,
Kappa,
yeah.
man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That guy's been in the same
It's like,
room.
who
That guy's like
cares?
You
denounced.
mean the
and
guy
been
from
in
the Earth's Choice ad?
Yeah, that guy's been in the same room as Pauline Hanson. Like that's
Yeah,
a fun
that's
thing.
like way
Crazy.
more exciting than like, man, do you know Carl Chandler? Like, yeah, I've met him.
Pauline Hanson.
Yeah.
What that was like.
Man, we should get her on the pod.
Oh man, she'd actually probably be a
What-
great guest.
what
I
do you
bet.
reckon she- which
yeah, what do you
movie
reckon?
would she choose?
What movie would she
I
choose?
reckon
She
she'd
should
be
probably, like, retroactively
Van
ch-
Wilder? I don't like it.
She'd be choosing like
Yeah, I'm topical.
Project X or something like
Real
that.
current ref, dude.
So I don't get it. Could you please explain?
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
dude. Go off, Queen.
I love it. I love it.
Oh Should we talk about this movie?
If we have to. No, I mean, shall we all talk about personal history with this movie? When did you first watch it, Rose Piper?
I'm gonna say what? Oh, hang on, you didn't do your little blurby thing.
Oh shit, yeah, because we didn't talk about the movie in the last episode. And we haven't recorded a podcast for like 4 weeks, so I forgot all the rules.
Didn't we do one like a week and a half ago?
No,
I didn't. It's like
Hastings been away.
I've been away.
Yeah, but we did 10 Things I Hate About You. Anyway.
Oh
we
yeah,
can talk
shit, we
about this
did.
later.
BASEketball is a 1998 American sports comedy film, teen sex comedy, co-written and directed by David Zucker, and starring South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone, along with Yasmin Bleeth, Jenny McCarthy, Robert Vaughn, Ernest Borgnine, and Diane Bashar. It cost $23 million to make. Does anyone care to guess what it made at the box office?
60. I reckon not that low. I reckon it's one of those video store hits.
50.
A lot of these movies don't do well in the box office,
Yeah.
and do well in video store rentals. It's like a running thing with this genre.
Yeah,
50
cool. I think this would
52.
do that, for sure.
Alex, you have a guess?
65.
It made $7 million.
$7 million.
Oh,
Big bomb.
suck a
flop.
dick, Trey.
Wow.
I mean,
No.
spoiler alert, those guys turned out pretty fine.
They're okay.
Yeah.
They're all right.
Have you noticed that there's been like a weird backlash against South Park recently? Like a lot of like left-wing woke people like use like South Park as a thing for I'm dumb, I watch South Park. You're like
Yeah, it's South Park stories have been a complicated thing, but I do love
Oh
South
no.
Park.
I've heard. I
It's
haven't.
been complicated. Like I understand that take, but that takes back.
I haven't watched it for a long time, but I've heard quite a few people saying the recent seasons have been very good.
They are. They have.
They're
been.
so
They
good.
really have been.
They're
Right.
really, really
I
good.
think the most recent season wasn't that good, but the like 20 was a high mark. for
Oh,
them.
that's
They're
very
up to
much
like
is 20,
20
I think.
something seasons, and they're still like they were even having this fucking conversation. It's
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's insane. Like, and they're still like fresh, and they're doing new shit. And, like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're doing it
Wild.
like 7 days before the episode is
Yeah.
due most of the
There's
time.
more better. There's more good episodes of South Park than there are of The Simpsons, for sure.
No, that's
no.
wrong.
I'm saying I know Simpsons is better, but I'm saying like in terms of episodes going good or bad, there are more good episodes of South Park.
Oh,
than
you-
Simpsons.
But
you
the
mean-
good episodes of The Simpsons are better.
Oh god, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but
Simpsons is my favorite show. Like,
Oh, but you mean like not in the context of like a good South Park episode is better than a good Simpsons
no.
episode.
I'm
You
saying
mean like
the
South Park has a
European
better
five-
ratio of good to bad episodes
no,
than
I'm
the Simpsons.
saying that I reckon.
That's why you have to get good at shouting.
I'm guessing.
When I erupt, you'll know.
Let's say there's
I'll jump in.
300 good Simpsons episodes, there'd be 500 good South Park episodes, even though there's less episodes of South Park in total.
Sure.
Only by a couple seasons, really, now at this stage. But
I was really
Four
young when I
seasons
saw
or
this, and I like flipped my lid when he does Cartman.
yeah,
I was like,
Ah,
that's
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
He kind of
also-
does
The
Mr.
most
Garrison
exciting.
as well.
He
yeah.
does, yeah.
Wait, I forgot Doug Reamer
cares about
About
kids?
kids.
Yeah. He slips into Randy at one point too.
Really?
Does
When
he?
he's doing it's the worst set piece of the whole movie, where he's doing the resuscitating the kid.
Oh, that's my
yeah.
favorite.
But there's bit where he yells, "Live, damn it, live!" and it's like just in Randy's voice.
That
It's
part-
great.
So
Like-
true. I didn't
Yeah.
pick that up.
That part's not amazing, but it has one of my favorite moments in the movie, just where they stop and laugh, and go, "I love you."
Always.
love
Yeah. I love that bit.
It's such a fucking quotable movie, and I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
that's why
yeah.
I loved it so much growing up.
Yeah.
because-
Absolutely.
Let's talk personal history. Let's.
Well, I probably saw it around when it came out. Probably not at the movies because, like, we were talking about this the other day. I was hanging out with some old primary school friends for a very unfortunate reason, but we were like talking about how we used to play BASEketball at like lunchtime.
Oh, sick.
Because we had a basketball hoop. So it got to the point where people would bring shit to use as like psych outs. Like someone
Cool.
bought a water balloon full of milk so they could pretend that they were coming on the fucking...
Oh my
That's
God.
a good sight.
That's such a good
They were
bit.
pretending they were coming on the pole.
Man.
I'd do that on stage.
I'd-
And that
Yeah.
someone may have been me. We
I've
couldn't
got a new
figure out
bit
who
to
it
try
was.
it. Everly
I'd do it in
tonight.
this audio medium.
Yeah, let's go get our water balloons.
With milk. Such a runny
Yeah,
consistency.
but I loved
Yeah,
it.
it looks nothing like.
I reckon I've seen this movie at least 20 times, probably more than anything that we've watched for the pod so far.
Yay.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen it the most. Alex, what's your personal history with this movie?
Originally, I liked it because a boy I liked it, and he was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a family friend.
Ooh, is this going to come
This
up
is
on
when we were
your
like
podcast?
10. No. So
Crossover
Yeah,
episode.
I know, right? So we were like 10, but he was like my lifelong like love all throughout my childhood. And so he watched it, and then my dad watched it, and his dad, and like it was this big family thing. So I just started watching it, but then I just became obsessed.
Yeah.
Because it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
My dad is a big Trey and Nat fan.
Yeah.
So we like in the space of a couple months, he showed me Cannibal the Musical, this
Right.
and Orgasmo.
Your dad made you watch Orgasmo.
Yeah, I was like 11.
Jesus
Man,
Christ.
your dad is cancelled. All right.
Oh man. Yeah. My dad loved it. My dad showed it to me.
So you saw it when you were a child as well. I thought.
What year did it come out?
98.
Yeah, I saw it a few years after
Yeah.
it came out.
I would have probably seen it 99 or 2000.
I saw it in a pure stroke of luck by how smart video store employees really are, because next to the South Park bigger, longer, uncut DVDs that were
makes
all
perfect
out,
sense.
they just had a bunch of basketball, and it's like
Nice.
big on the cover from the guys from South Park. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
I'll try this. And I think I've watched it more times than I have the South Park movie, which I also love, but like...
But I didn't realize for a long time that it wasn't written by them. It's written by
No,
one of the Zuckers.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
not written by them?
They didn't write
No.
it or produce
It's
it
written
or
by
direct
a
it.
big kind of community, but they had...
They
It's one of the
improvised a
Zuckers
lot
who
of
wrote
lines and stuff.
Airplane and Naked Gun and shit.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That fully
for the
checks
amount
out
of
with-
jokes that...
Well, I was going to say, this is the most jokes I've seen on screen ever. This
Yeah.
is
Right?
Probably the
Yeah.
jokes per minute.
It's insane.
Like, we'd be
Really?
talking...
Now.
Man, I'm talking
Have
like...
you watched Airplane?
yeah, it's...
Airplane's got a lot. This is more, I reckon.
No
this is
way.
like 15 jokes a minute.
I
This is
reckon
insane.
Airplane has
Every
more.
shot has
Airplane
a
is-
joke.
Something, yeah, it's visual
There's
or
a million visual
verbal.
jokes, just constantly a million visual jokes.
And it's got that, very Zucker-esque style of for every hit, there's about 15 misses going on. But, like,
I don't know about that.
Even the misses
I don't know
are-
There
about
are
that.
a lot of fucking misses.
but it did, Trey and Matt did kind of have a heavy hand in rewriting it. at
Oh,
times.
yeah,
you
yeah.
hope so.
Yeah.
Well, originally it was only Trey, because Trey and Matt came in. Originally, it was just going to be one person. Then it became Trey and Matt, and Trey and Matt asked for Dion Bashar to get in as
Yeah.
Squeak, so they made a third character. All the South Park isms that are in it as well,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
dudes, the just hanging out playing Nintendo.
Yeah.
Cog.
Cog.
That's very Trey and Matt.
The thing with the funny team names that got me every time there was a new team. Like every new team. made
Which
me
do you
laugh.
think is the best one? Because I wrote this down.
LA riots really got me.
The
That
LA,
really got me.
the LA riots is pretty good.
My favorite was
I woke up
the.
feeling like not great. I was a bit like nauseous and shitty, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll watch this fucking dumbass movie. I was like mad at myself. Like I had all week not working to watch
Right.
it. And, like, I gotta wake up early to fucking. Well, I say like I woke up at midday to watch this movie.
Oh my god, how are you coping?
My sleep cycle, since I've been unemployed, my sleep cycle.
That
has been
sounded
all over
sincerely
the place.
concerned.
I haven't.
I am.
I've
Look
been-
at him,
I've
he's
been-
shivering.
I haven't been to bed before 4 in a month.
Oh, man.
My sleep cycle's so fucked
You
up.
poor thing. I
Yeah.
need sleep so regulated, and
Yeah, no,
or else I'm just not
I'm
functional.
I'm a mess. I'm unemployed at the moment.
I like your
That's
hat
all.
though.
Thank you. I appreciate
It's
that.
working.
I got off my birthday. It's my birthday. On
That was
Friday.
your happy birthday.
Yeah.
Did you just fish for a happy birthday?
No.
He definitely paused long enough after announcing
Just wanted to
it,
give her a shot.
and came true.
Ugh.
Hey man, manifest destiny.
So LA riots, you reckon?
LA riots.
I have a big soft spot for the New Jersey informants. When he does your mum's a terrible cook, and then they look at each other and laugh like it's the greatest insult ever.
I really love the little look they give after they do like 1, 2, 3, fuck the Mexicans, and they look at each other kind of confused.
Yeah. It's very on the nose.
The Mexicans thing. That was a great bit. Oh hell yeah!
Favorite psych out.
Oh, there's so many. I love that's such a good platform to launch jokes off.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so perfect.
Like, we can just write 100 of these.
Literally, yeah,
Yeah.
like gag after gag after gag.
Yeah.
I wonder what ones didn't make it, because
Yeah, there would have been
so
probably
many.
many.
a ton.
I popped pretty hard for Cartman. That got me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Cartman
It
got
kind
me
of came
when I
out
was a
of
kid.
nowhere. Like it was,
Yeah. I liked the finger one when I was a
Yeah.
kid, but I
think I
Yeah.
didn't like as much.
I like the putting him to sleep. I
That
think
was
that's
good.
really
Oh, that
I
was
funny.
like the mimes because mimes are funny.
Mime-
Yeah.
mime
made
is-
me laugh.
Because that
Yes.
would give you the shits.
The mime is my favorite
Just-
one.
and also the image of him putting the makeup on for that,
And he's quite good at it.
He's very
Yeah.
good at it, because I watched it last night for the first time in a few years, probably. So I hadn't properly watched it as an adult, outside of watching it as a kid that loved it.
Yeah.
And it still holds up, I
Oh, yeah.
reckon, for sure.
So funny.
But
There's maybe one or
The-
two things that are like, ooh.
but like the mime thing, yeah, he's actually objectively looking at it, he's really good
Yeah.
at it. I think my favorite psych out is just the running gag of your mum's going out with Squeak.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then
That was definitely the
why
first
is that
thing.
totally fucked up? And just
Yeah.
all that stuff. It's
That
so
was
good.
definitely the first thing that we tried.
I'm big
when
into
we
bullying.
were playing.
a little friend.
Hell yeah.
I think
Yo, Tyler, your mom's going out with Hastings.
Hell yeah, she is.
yeah, Hastings would just be like, yeah,
She
bitch.
really did.
She actually
She's
is.
having a great time.
This movie is definitely probably in conversation with people where I've most slid in quotes to blank looks, you know?
Right.
Where you just like,
Yeah.
the amount of times I've said like go home, fuck the sleeve of my favorite jacket, and someone has like looked at me being like, "Wait, you do that?" And you're like, "No, it's from a movie." And you have to distance yourself. I think even now, like when I play pool with people, I'll go like Steve Perry.
Yeah.
Had no idea till like 5 years after I first watched it that it was a Journey reference. I just thought it was some dude.
I didn't know that for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when I was watching it today, the first time in like 12 years of watching this movie that I noticed, you can hear them in the background talking about Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know
after the
that.
Steve Perry thing, Squeak goes back like into the house and you hear them being like, I thought you said no more Journey psych outs. And then they start, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
explained it right away from the start.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
For
That's
5 years,
cool.
I had no idea. And then the next 5, I was just like, this is a random thing.
Huh.
Man, I went to Yvette had a pin-up pageant thing last night that I went to.
Yeah.
So fucking boring. It went for so long. But I make her sit through so much dog shit open mic, so
yeah.
it's kind of fair enough. Like, it's absolutely fair enough. But I was like, it was good when she was on stage, but like I was just like, I don't know these women, I don't care.
What's a
like,
pin-up pageant like a catwalk and stuff?
Yeah, it's got a catwalk. They do different types of clothes. It was also like a tattoo themed one. So there was
Do they do
tattoos a
tricks?
lot. Not at this one, but for some of them they do.
Like special talent?
Yeah.
What's Yvette's?
She does balloon animals.
Emasculating me.
Fucking my friend. No, balloon animals. She's very good at balloon animals.
Draining my bank account, am I right?
Man.
She makes a lot more money than me. I don't have a job.
Filling my bank account, you know, right?
Helping me live.
Supporting my dreams.
Emotionally and logistically supporting me.
Andrea Hastings, the Jez Watts of Sydney.
Such a brutal shot.
At you?
Yeah. I can't believe you called me that.
Don't ever say that to me,
But
kid.
they kept doing they did. I don't think it occurred to them that they need music for the catwalk section.
Did they play the Venom song?
Well, yeah, they played the Venom song.
Sick.
No, but what came out is like it just the music kept because it was like it was at Leadbelly. It's like a rock bar. The go-to music was like fun rock music. They were like so they were like Killing in the Name. Roland came on twice, but then right at the end, Don't Stop Believing came on as they were announcing the winners, but like not timed well enough for it to be on purpose.
Oh dear.
But it was
And
like,
then Beer by
wow.
Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Nice callback.
And Real Big Fish getting a lot of that must
There
still
is
be dining out of this
so
movie, right?
much
Oh, for sure.
fucking scar in these movies
also
that we've
Real
been
Big
talking
Fish,
about
yeah.
it.
But
No,
it's
not
great.
just.
I love
What-
Real Big
Oh,
Fish
Money
being in
Boss
this.
Tones was in
And what was the goddamn scar band in 10 Things I Hate About You or Never Been
Letters for
Kissed?
Cleo.
Yeah.
What was the one that had Money Boss Tones in the movie though?
Oh, yeah.
Was that She's All That?
Yeah, it was. She's
Yeah.
all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's interesting.
Scar
Yeah.
really.
Real
Nice.
weird
He's
cameo.
I
really
spoke to
themed.
Yvette about it this morning because she was like, "Why are all these scar bands in all these movies? Like, what's the deal?" And I was like, "I think it's like because of the time. It's like a weird confluence of that was the time.
Good use of confluence, by the way.
Mm.
I'm very impressed.
It was like time as well as like that was like the new cool music. Like it was new cool music.
Yeah,
That was like
right.
the exciting new
Scar
genre.
was big for one hot minute.
Yeah, and but it just syncs up perfectly with this genre. So when the execs go, all right, what do the kids listen to these days? Scar. It's like on the front cover of Rolling Stone that month.
Call in the
Right.
big fish.
Get the boss tones on the phone zones.
Send a letter to Cleo.
Have you ever seen Real Big Fish live? Very funny.
Really?
Very. Oh, like not really, but like.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's funny how not funny they are because they're very self-aware that they're like
Okay.
shitty humor.
The only ska band I've ever seen live was Tom Sanderson's ska band, and they
And-
were actually they were actually very good.
I
Cool.
saw Less Than Jake and Real Big Fish on a double bill.
That's pretty dope,
It
dude.
was actually sick. And it
A
was
Less Than
free.
Jake qualified as
In
Scar
October, you
or
can
are
see
they
Andrew
pop punk?
Hastings and Alex
No,
White in a split bill.
It's that same
Hey,
third wave of
we can-
ska where it's like pop
I thought we
punk
said
ska.
that leave plugs till the end.
Are you trying to fucking plug?
I'm just saying about double bills. I got one coming up in October that I can recommend.
Yeah.
The Andrew
Yeah, Charlie
Grasshopper.
McCann.
Yeah, Charlie McCann and Cameron Duggan.
I-
Steph Broadbridge, Lauren Bonner.
I will go to that. Oh, I feel ill.
Do you really?
A
Why?
little bit.
What do you mean? What from? What from, baby boy? What's
I
wrong?
think I'm just a little nauseous. I don't know why.
A little nauseous?
I've been like low key nauseous all day.
maybe
Don't vomit in my house
Maybe
again.
someone's poisoned the beer.
I will vomit in your house again, but not today. Have
Don't.
another party soon.
No. I don't want to clean up.
Yeah,
fair
clean up is the worst. Do you still have all that? Oh, you do.
I do. It's
the Melbourne
very the
bitter.
same.
But
When
also
Yvette's
nice.
dad dies, I'm gonna have a party. Like we're gonna
have
no,
a
'cause
party.
It's called a wake. It's generally not a super happy
It's usually
affair.
quite somber.
I probably shouldn't talk about that on the pod in case it comes up in court. I probably should.
Oh man! If they
That's
bring in a
true.
school-style wheelie TV and it's just like on your podcast, we'll just tell your
Said
mother
have
we
a
ate it all.
party when he comes.
Yeah,
Exhibit
and then you
A.
then you talked about getting it sucked.
I do love getting it sucked.
You do.
All right, what do you got in your notes, nerd boy?
Fuck off. Oh well, the gay jokes in San Francisco don't particularly hold up, but they still make me laugh.
There's a lot.
Oh, yeah,
There's a lot of kind of controversial jokes that don't hold up in this movie.
Well, like this is. I was.
But oh right, okay, yeah, of course, like
Like,
90s
it's the whole
films,
genre
of
is-
course, yeah.
I was thinking about this. Is like, I find myself like creating realities where like something shonky in a movie that I love, like this.
You create an excuse for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
You do
because
that too. You do it as well. I don't. I just go whatever.
but I'm like I want it to be good and like hold up.
And
So
okay.
like yeah. So
Yeah.
like the whole thing with the like, dude, that's a guy. I'm like,
Oh.
but maybe.
That was objectively bad.
I'm like, but maybe it is a man who's just a cross-dresser,
Maybe.
Well, it doesn't really.
not transphobic.
He then threw up at the prospect of that though. Like, he then,
But no, he
True.
was
Hard to cut
drunk,
it, like-
dude.
You can
And then
smell
that-
her cologne.
But then at the end, like happy ending.
Yeah.
Squeak
Yeah.
and her, like it was never like gross.
Yeah.
So do you think in canon?
I mean, the joke is that he.
Yeah,
is
of course.
wound up
Like
with
it's
her,
that
but-
one's in defense.
Is-
I do think though when he's bending, like he's when Trey Parker's bending over and it's like, come on, and then the gay dude walks past him and he suddenly props up. Really,
That's
it's like that's funny still.
yeah, man. Good
Like you
jokes.
can't do it.
You
And
can't.
like the How to Speak San Francisco.
The idea of jokes being good despite current like that's a whole other pod. You know what I mean? Like we've like there's not that's a whole.
It's the junkie
thing.
podcast.
Yeah. Which I would love to. I would love to be on this podcast. I do a podcast where I say vaguely woke sounding things that are actually nonsense to justify me loving ironic racism.
You can't though. You're a double agent. Oh no, that's just
yeah.
for
Exactly.
the
This
patriarchy.
is exactly what I'm talking about. That would be me being.
That's
a double
you
agent.
exhibiting.
Me using the words of.
That
feminist.
is what you and Sanderson do.
Yeah, maybe she's got a point.
She's right.
Yeah, I'm a double agent for the patriarchy.
Oh,
Look,
no.
if fucking makes me, whatever. I don't care. I can't be bothered having this argument.
fucking makes me work.
No, but what I was going to say with the gay stuff and the trans. So in the canon of the universe of BASEketball, like Squeak sucks a dick. That's how that ends. Like, what happens?
Well,
How do we know?
Post.
We don't
She
know.
could
that's what I'm
be.
saying.
She could be post-op.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or it could be a woman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just
don't
be
know.
Did you ever
an
think
ugly
this doesn't make
woman.
you not a woman, Jamie? Okay.
Fuck.
could be-
How do I respond
it could
to this?
be a cis woman.
Clementine Ford. Junkie. The consent. Yeah. See, I've got them all.
There
I
you
know
go.
what I'm
You
Yeah.
hit them all. Everything's
Yeah,
okay.
I hit
again.
all three things. I'm still a feminist. I said the three magic words.
Man, they should use me in university as an example of just because you know the right things doesn't mean you're doing the right things.
Yeah.
That doesn't
No,
just.
actually, just because you're doesn't make her and like I'm actively harassing women online while I'm doing
That
it.
doesn't have to
In one
just.
hand, Mike in the other being woke.
That doesn't have to just apply for feminism for you either. It's just anything.
Yeah, it could be any of the isms.
Even though that he knows
Confused
bucket
morality
hats
of
are
Andrew
stupid.
Hastings.
That should be the title of your next show, dude.
Nah, I'm gonna call it cum dumpster.
Oh, God.
The next title of my show, I pitched it to Ben Caution the other day. It's really long. I think it's quite good. It's called I'm 26, but I've discovered that being an adult and all the responsibilities that come with it are not quite as fun as being young and not having any responsibilities. Remember the 90s? Doug was a good show. How about having a Milo and then playing PlayStation 1? That was also pretty cool. Now I work at a bank and have to do laundry, and I wish I was just playing with my Beyblades. That's a good
the
title for a show, right?
And also the entire content of the show, right?
I'm just so excited to walk on stage and say welcome. And then do that, and then lose my breath for 20 minutes. Kind of like when Mitch Garling did that dance during his Prince show.
Oh, no, really?
So funny.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yes.
funny.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I signed up to do that. Well, like someone asked me if I wanted to do that a likely story gig, and I was
Isn't
like,
that
"Yep,
tonight?
cool." No, it's next month.
Ah.
But I was like, "Yeah, cool," and they're like,
I
"Oh,
bet it's
great!
tonight."
The theme for the show is adulting," and I was like, "Oh no."
You should just say it as many times as possible.
Yeah,
Just keep saying it.
Yeah. And say like switch between adulting and adulting and just
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
with everyone.
Go up in a diaper and say, "Baby need wipe."
And just have violent diarrhea on the stage at
Like,
Lounge.
if you-
Take
if you-
20
Easy.
Will be
Done.
celebrated in the comedy community as an absolute pioneer of art.
So brave.
I was gonna say,
So
if you
brave.
ever want my respect as a comedian ever again, then you will shit yourself in the ultimate commitment to the bit. Like,
A giant fucking dwarf of all the venues. The most prestigious, beautiful.
I want you to
Theatre.
tread the boards covered in your own shit.
Ugh.
What a great venue.
I mean, technically, I have shat myself for a bit based on the last show I did.
That's true. No, you shat yourself, then made it a bit.
It's true.
Yeah.
No, I did it for art.
Yeah.
On purpose.
No, it was a bit of an unfortunate morning after my 10-year high school reunion.
Lovely.
I've got mine coming up. My 10 year is still
So
coming
little.
up.
Oh, yeah. The one that you didn't get invited to, but your dad did.
Yep, that one.
Why?
Well, he was a teacher at my school.
Yeah.
But still.
We were both invited. He was just invited before me.
Oh no! Were you his plus one?
No, what happened was my dad bumped into some kids from my year at the pub.
At a party.
And they were like,
But Hastings wasn't
Yeah, at a
invited
house
to.
party.
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, fucking sick to see you, sir. Are you coming to the year? Are you coming to the 10-year reunion? And he was like, yeah, I'll be there. Like, I'll be there with Hastings. Like, that's.
And they were like, you're
And
Hastings.
they were like,
There can be no other.
apparently, my dad told me the story about it, and apparently they were like, oh, yeah, that's right, you're Hastings' dad. Yeah, he'll be there too, I guess. Like, he was the and then when on the Facebook event, I went to invite him and saw that he was like already
He's
invited.
already- he's like an
He was like
admin.
already attending, yeah. Ugh. Anyway, but I found out no partners, so my big plan was to get Yvette to dress like real
Of
slutty.
course.
Yeah,
So
and,
you
like,
could show up and look
stunning.
like a
and Yvette
champ.
was like, I'll do it, man. Like, I'll
Turn
get
up,
my...
stunning, blow them all out.
You should wear
That's
a-
what
No
reunions
partners.
are
Can't.
about.
You should wear a
Now it's going to
full...
look like I've got a girlfriend from Canada. that
Nah,
I'm
dude.
engaged
You
to.
should wear a full suit that's made up exclusively of Yvette's pin-up shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just FaceTime her the
I
whole
think what
time.
I'll do is I'll just tell my dad to try and steer every because my dad does have my back in this situation.
Great.
I'm going to try and get him because like me doing well reflects well on him.
Of course.
There's no way he's not doing it selfishly motivated.
No,
But to
he's
get
Not
very
like
al-
he's,
very
not like he's trying to fuck your
altruistic.
legal studies teacher or something.
no, he's avoiding her these days since the breakup. My dad had an affair with my legal studies teacher.
Oh, cool. I just I almost put the dots together, but
Yeah. No, I'll get my dad to try and steer every conversation into how hot my fiance is.
it's so weird that you're not allowed to invite partners to a reunion. Like that's
I put it in
half
the
of the
Facebook-
reason
That's
you
what I
go.
thought.
They did that at our one too.
I put it
What
in
are you
the
not,
Facebook
like,
group
not
and every
allowed to
comment
talk-
was just like, nah, just the boys. Like, kind of
Yeah, you went to an all-boys school. So
Oh,
maybe that's
you went to
it.
an oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains
Yeah,
so
that
much.
makes sense. I went to an all-girls school, so I get it.
Nice.
We don't want boys, stinky boys in our
No
reunion.
Yeah.
cootie risk.
Yuck.
Catholic school?
Yes,
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I was vice captain.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Honestly, that tracks. Like,
Thanks, Thank you.
makes
Thank
sense.
you.
Yeah. With the kind of like the do-goodery of a vice captain, but also like the need
Not good enough
need,
to-
need for approval of a
Yeah,
vice captain.
yeah, not good, never good enough to be the captain.
Yeah, classic vice captain vibe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool.
Oh man, who else has I reckon. Were you ever in the running, Jamie? Would you?
For school captain.
Were you a prefect? Did you have responsibility?
No, I didn't apply to do any of that shit.
No, you were like,
Good
no,
call.
fuck this. I'm just gonna watch Buffy and keep not having friends.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I had friends.
I
Just
was robbed. I was robbed in the election.
By what?
So we did prefects as well. I wanted to be a prefect. My year advisor didn't like me, and I'm pretty sure he messed with the votes.
Conspiracy.
Like my dad was like, I'm pretty sure he messed with the votes. Like,
Very
he-
topical.
like, a lot of the teachers voted for me apparently, but,
I got-
but he
I
was
got-
like, his uniform's too messy. He can't do it. Like I had, like,
Uniform
very-
is a big thing. I
It was
got
a
pulled
big
up
thing.
so much about my
Yeah.
socks and shit, and I had to like do a
I
whole
had, like, long
makeover.
hair and, like, break. It was like they kept having to get a cut, and I had like my socks would always. I had like the knee-high socks.
Yep.
They told you to cut your Jufro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not Jewish, but yeah.
That's what it looks like.
It got real big. Like, it would get real big at times. But, yeah, that's right. If you're listening to this podcast, lady listeners, yeah, that's right. I used to wear knee-high socks to school. So just...
It's getting real close to the mic
that
right
in the
now.
back.
It's unnerving.
It is weird how they make you dress like an old man in
Yeah,
like
totally.
sensible
Yeah.
shoes and long socks.
Yeah.
Suspenders.
Put that
Yeah,
one in the
we had
bank,
a
lady.
jacket
A
with
tie and a
the
short
yeah,
sleeve
we had a
shirt. A
tweed
bowler
jacket
hat.
with the elbow pads on.
You had elbow pads?
Did you go to a
elbow
private
pads.
school?
Yeah.
Elbow
we had
pads.
the short sleeve shirt with the tie and long socks. I looked like a fucking old man, like on the way to a deli. On the way to run his daily errands. I'm on a trip to the post office.
On your way to the Serbian club.
Did you have black hair in
No.
high school? Okay.
Wasn't allowed to dye. I wasn't allowed to do anything with
Yeah.
it till out of school. So once I was done with school, I dyed it pretty much straight away.
Nice.
Yeah. Got a lip piercing while I was doing my HSC.
Cool. I
Pretty
got a
edgy.
tongue piercing while I was doing mine.
Edgy, dude.
I
So
dyed my
edgy.
hair black while I was doing the HSC.
What?
I got a nose piercing as a 29-year-old.
Hey! Better late
Oh, no,
than
it's
never.
Yeah.
28.
Oh, man. BASEketball, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of amusing that you don't think about it too hard in the movie, but based on the preamble about the way professional sports went, technically this movie is supposed to take place in like a dystopian future.
Yeah.
20
Oh, so
years past
true.
now, but everyone still has like cathode ray tube TVs and little flip
That's
phones.
so true.
But it's supposed for all intents and purposes, it should be in 2030
In
when
a
this is happening.
future.
Yeah. But there's no mention of any future technology or anything.
Or is it like an
that.
alternate timeline?
Yeah,
kind
an
of
alternate
Yeah.
history.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's an alt
Watchmen
thing.
style,
Yeah,
dude.
I was going to bring up Watchmen as well.
Man, the comedian.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking...
Man,
makes you-
Rorschach, dude. Rorschach, man.
Makes you think, dude.
Man, it's man.
We've lost Alex.
I'm not.
And me
And
also.
one day
Thinking
they'll
about
look,
cake.
and I'll just whisper.
You got to read Watchmen,
Oh.
Alex.
Read? It's a book.
Apparently, yeah,
a graphic
it's a
novel.
comic thing.
Whoa.
Apparently, that's a huge.
It's like really good.
Yeah. Okay, I
Apparently,
believe
that's a
you.
huge thing with like nerd rage, like misogynist fanboys who are like they meet
You say
girls and they're-
apparently like it's not coming from you.
No, because I've never made anyone read Watchmen, but like
Yeah.
because it goes.
I
over
cannot
most
say the
people's
same.
head. But like apparently that's a huge thing for like guys like when they meet girls who are just like you know when people are like, yeah, I'm into comics as well, and like most guys are like, "Pff, as if, and then they're like, you gotta fucking read Watchmen, bitch, and just like
On-
shove
on,
copies
on,
at them.
The Times 100 greatest novels of all time. I think it made like the top 20.
Oh,
like
that's
it's like
fine.
considered,
I think it's
like,
in like 70s. I think like it's
Really?
in the 100, but it's like
I know
not
it's
as high
definitely
as you
maybe
think.
I'm wrong. Yeah, but it's like it's considered like a great piece of literature, but it's like a graphic
Yeah,
novel.
cool.
Sorry, I'm just earnestly recommending
it.
Watchmen
Yeah.
right now.
But yeah,
Anyway, they'll ask for help. I'll whisper back, no. There you go. That's the reference I was going.
Yeah,
There
good
you go.
stuff.
Great, done. Yep.
we all
cool.
love Watchmen. Yeah.
Yep, Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, Watchmen, pretty good. The movie's like fine.
Okay. Yeah. So
Maybe
there is a
start with
movie. Right? Okay. I'll put it on my
The
list.
book's better, but-
Jeez, you really made a dip there, bro.
They
Yeah,
the
fair
gold
enough.
the gold digging wife is called Yvette in this movie, when in
Hey.
real life it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, in real life, it's gold dig. Again, I can't say it in case it comes up in court. Well, I say I've been the same. I can't say in the same episode that I'm a gold digger and I'm going to have a party when it dies. But they're all true.
It's so true. I'm
Which
so excited
which
for
property are
you.
you going to sell first?
Oh, man, we're kind of trying to
How
figure
many
out.
are there?
There's like 7. I think.
So I really shouldn't be talking about this on the podcast.
Whoa.
There's a few. It's less than 7.
Properties.
And when did you say you were going to murder Yvette's dad?
You wrote it down. Where's that piece of paper?
Yeah, where's that?
Which you
admissible-
signed for some reason.
Yeah, where's that admissible piece of evidence you keep calling it? I'm so
You know, the one we put in like a plastic
Yeah.
baggie with, and we wore gloves when we did it.
where you keep saying, I'm so glad no one else has my admissible piece of evidence, and then winking at us for some reason.
Definitive proof that I am a murderer. I have it labeled. Okay, so here's the motive. Here's the means. Here's the.
Yeah, it was in a series of papers.
Yeah. I
You
really
had
just
them
laid out
signed
what
by
I
a
did.
JP and
Yeah.
notarized.
Here's my false alibi.
Big breaking news in the comedy world. Ben Caution's dad is going to do 4 minutes of Cactus
I know
Juice
this.
tomorrow. He's confirmed.
Oh my
Awesome.
God.
I cancelled a gig to come back and do this.
I have to come.
I had a spot somewhere else, and Caution, I was like, could he just move it the week afterwards? I've got a spot. And he was like, no. And I was like, all right, Pat, I can't do the gig anymore. I
incredible.
I cancelled a long spot for me so I could watch Caution's dad do stand-up.
Man,
Has
fair
he
enough.
ever done it before? What's his deal?
No, well, Ben told me it this past guest, Ben Caution, said it in the funniest way. In the most caution-y way, where he was like, my dad messaged me the other day and was like, I had an eye injury, so I was up all night writing bits.
Right.
And then he was like, now I'm ready to give him a go.
Man, I got Coogee, but I really want to come.
I had Coogee too. I cancelled it for this.
Man, you're not on Coogee tomorrow, are you?
No.
I need a lift.
And, some friendship time.
Yeah, that would be good to hang. We can hang, dude.
Thank
We
you.
can hang, man. But yeah, this movie I thought was not every joke landed, but I guess when you're making 1 trillion jokes in an hour and a half,
Yeah.
some of them are going to work. Like,
I love all of them, I think.
they're so good. There was there's a bit where
The guy on
they're
TV.
cooking fucking chicken in a dugout. There's chickens in the
Yeah,
audience.
yeah.
It makes no sense. Like,
It's so silly.
That's more of an American thing, I think, that they're making fun of, like all the different themes.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So
I get the
Right.
joke, but I mean, there's just so much happening at any given moment. There's so much going on. I
love it.
I would love to see a tally of the nut shots in this movie. We'd be on 20 or 30. I
Yeah,
reckon. There's
yeah.
so many nut shots in this.
Yeah, they
It seems where it's
Everyone
not
funnier than
necessary.
Yeah,
the
it's
last.
The scene clearly doesn't need it. Like it's just happening in the background all the
Yeah.
time. Like
the guy on TV who hosts the TV show about finding
he's
Robert-
very good.
God.
Robert Stack.
is
Oh my
He was
so
the host
funny.
of
we still
Unsolved
have no
Mysteries.
fucking clue where's this guy.
I
is.
sure
I used
would
to watch
like to
that-
make Joe Cooper my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
I used to watch that show religiously. It was
Oh,
called
really?
Unsolved Mysteries. It was so good.
I only
Oh, I
knew
didn't
it
realize
through this
that was
movie.
the actual
It's a
thing. I
real
thought it was a
thing.
piss take of a similar
No, he-
kind
I
of
know the
thing.
genre. I didn't realize
he-
he was actually.
Yeah.
He was the host of it. He's in. The Zuckers love using him. He's in Airplane as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's great.
Man.
That's great.
What do you guys think about Roadkill caught on tape?
That
So
was
good.
funny.
So good.
I
So
like-
good.
I genuinely really
'Cause
like that joke.
I wrote that down, just like the like that whole scene, and then he's like turning it off, and he's going back. God, it
Then the
fucking
callback
kills
later
me.
where the guy is
Yeah.
clearly the host of it.
Do you think it's like a deliberate thing? And I think it kind of works, but like every visual, like every sort of set piece joke like that goes on just like 10% too long. And
Yeah.
it kind of just works. Like,
Yeah,
it kinda
it so works.
like when you said the first time, I was like, oh, this is too. And it's like, oh no, I see what they're
Do you
trying
think
to
if you watch this for the first time now without having like a previous love for it, it would still be funny?
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
a couple of jokes I wouldn't be able to help but laugh. But like overall, I think it's more misses than hits.
I think
Do you reckon?
Yeah, to watch now.
To watch
I
now.
think it might depend on my opinion of South Park. If I came in
True.
thinking, South Park's
I
stupid,
hate it. Yeah.
it would be very easy to be like, these fucking
Dumb and-
immature idiots are doing their stupid little voices,
Right.
and there's a ton of nod shots, and it's got gay jokes, and
Yeah,
you just,
that's true. There's a lot to
it'd be very
criticise.
easy.
It's tonally super different from South Park though. Like it's
It's very wacky.
like
It's
South
super
Park's quite
silly.
measured.
That's why I
like,
love
South,
it.
South Park's very precise
and very
measured
like topical
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
referential
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, whereas this doesn't.
The
It's very
diff-
clever and it all comes back and like
Oh,
yeah.
very, like,
the
layered
difference
and,
between
like-
this and the South Park movie, which came out the very next year, it's like a well-constructed musical that's
The South Park
Right.
movie fucking
like so
rules.
funny, and this
Like-
is just like, let's throw everything at the wall and see what we can make stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but even you just think about South Park, like it has a very deliberate, like the pace is pretty slow. Like it's not a rapid fire joke show.
Yeah, that's true.
So we like those cheerleaders.
Oh, dude.
This one's more for the fellas
Hey.
Fellas,
Yeah.
you and me,
I
what do you
believe-
like?
and the gay
I believe
women.
all of us, I think we talked about bi erasure in the last episode. I believe all of us here are attracted to women.
We might have to edit that out.
No, I think that's funny.
I missed it. Sorry.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Dude.
Yeah, we're all into the ladies here.
Which ones were your favorite?
It's pretty hard to go past the black stuff. The
When
like,
they're
lingerie.
mourning.
The fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Right.
the
Or the
one-
first.
What about the
black
ones with
one
the
show.
cutoffs?
The riots with the red shorts and the white singlet.
Yeah,
thing.
dude.
This is a weird like personal thing. And again, sorry, this is not comedy content. I'm just describing a sex thing that I like. But something about like white, like a white singlet. I don't know why that's an image that keeps reoccurring in media, but
You're gonna love Final Fantasy VII.
and Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a,
Especially those really old ones where it's at like triangles.
Triangles.
I'm familiar
That's
with
a-
the oeuvre of Tomb Raider.
that's actually a green
You're
singlet.
that's
Yeah,
a good
that's
word,
true. It
sir.
is
But
green.
in the special patch I made, it's not to make a nude; it's to make it a white singlet instead.
So you can imagine like
Yeah.
a wet t-shirt contest
Yeah.
breaking out.
I genuinely think it might be from watching a wet t-shirt match in WWE in 2002. I genuinely think that's where it comes from.
Oh,
Do you know the
wow.
exact one you're thinking of?
Trish Stratus versus Lita. It was on an episode of Raw. The match didn't actually end up going ahead
I
because
knew.
there was interference before. Like, so Lita did it, and then when Trish was about to get her shirt wet, whoever the heel was at the time, it's really Ivory or maybe Victoria. I don't know. She came and interfered to prevent Trish's shirt getting wet. So it's like, ooh, what a villain, stopping the fellas from seeing them titties.
You sorry you asked?
I am just getting flashbacks of my high school ex right now.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah. Literally feel like I'm 17 again in his living room, pretending to care about the Undertaker.
See, the thing is,
Yeah,
this guy went to WCW.
I know what clotheslining is. Don't worry.
Yeah, you remind me of my high school. Like, I've heard that more than once.
You know what
He's a
I
great
like
guy,
about
by the way.
this
We're still
is, despite it being quite a silly and crude movie, a lot of the times, is they managed to get like genuine sportscasters in to come and play those
Yeah,
roles.
Bob Costas
Like
and Al
Bob-
Michaels.
Yeah.
See, I miss all that because I don't like sports at all, and I've never been interested in anything surrounding them, even movies. But this is like the one sports movie I can fully get behind
Because it's like so
because it's
far
not
from
real.
sports.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick up on that. I didn't know all that kind of
They're
stuff.
actually like
Hey-
genuine
hey guys.
sports.
well, the guys who's like, feel my nipples, like
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
Well, the
Ah.
idea that Al Michaels is
Well,
secretly a
speaking
sex
of that-
pervert for young girls.
that's a
is
good
quite
pot
funny.
update.
That's
Speaking of
because I didn't really get that as a kid. His line, what does he say? Like, and
It's
just
like,
5 years
years
ago,
ago.
they were just in grade school.
Yeah.
Like, just back then, I'm like, yeah, because they're young. Now I wanted to vomit. So funny.
Hey guys, live update.
What's up?
A girl I hooked up with a couple weeks ago, she just sent me a text, and all it says are the words, "I heard your podcast."
That happened right now? Oh my God.
Have we mentioned her on the pod before?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, dear.
Did you
You
mention
remember the other week
by
where I
name?
had sex with a girl and then came and do the podcast?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, when you got stoned?
Yep.
Yeah.
Supposed to be seeing her again this week. That might be.
Let's
get
see what
called off.
happens there.
What if
How
it's just
exciting.
like, I heard your podcast? Funny shit, dude.
Yeah, did you let her finish? In the text?
No.
Nor the other week.
I'm still waiting on the reply, and
So
no.
she.
So what did you send back? Did you
I
just
said, "Ha!
and?
Oh yeah, I'm recording one right now."
Oh.
I'm just gonna let.
You should ask, what do you think? And then, like,
Oh,
lots
no, I
of,
think
like,
she's about to tell me
smiley
what she thinks.
faces.
I think she's
Yeah.
about to...
She's about to let me know.
She's drafting
Think
it.
she's-
Anyway, let's check
about
back
to
in
block
on
you.
that in
Novel.
10 minutes.
That's exciting. I wonder what
Speaking
she
of
wrote.
you're excited to feel these nipples, that's a good update. I think my boobies might be starting to come in because my nipples hurt and they're all
I read
swollen.
you
Oh,
tweet.
really?
Yeah, I read your tweet about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's I'm like, yes, welcome. It's
Did
the
I tweet
worst.
about my
It's
nipples
sore
more?
the whole time.
Why?
Like I can't touch this one in particular. I
Yeah,
can't
that
touch it. Just
sucks.
hurts.
And
How,
any-
how often were you trying to touch your nipples before?
Like heaps.
I hate I hate
Nipples are
people
the
touching my
best.
nipples. I hate it. I can't.
It's because you're a boy.
A lot
Yeah.
of boys like it.
Do they?
Yeah.
I've never met a boy.
I've had to like a number of them, and I'd be like,
Maybe I'm
I know
doing it
your
wrong.
ex-boyfriend liked it, but nope. Like I've had to do that
Ah.
a few times. Yeah.
Interesting.
I hate it. I can't stand my nipples being touched.
Mm.
Yeah, dude. It's the life I lead. Just keep on rocking in the free world.
Just that. So what, you say that a lot?
Yeah, that's
Good.
just made that up.
Yeah, cool.
I wrote it.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
I wrote that Neil Young song. Don't worry about it. I swear.
Favorite Neil Young song?
My favorite Neil Young song is probably After the Gold Rush.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably a good one. You got a favorite Neil Young song, Alex?
I don't.
You don't like Neil Young?
I don't really
you
know
don't know
much
you,
about
You
him.
know, like,
What's your favorite Hanson song?
All right, here I can.
here we go.
Everyone sit down.
I bet it's something cliched like Bob.
Oh, please. Who do you think I am?
Basic bitches.
No, yeah, I'm
Wait,
a
that song
B-side
fucking
all the
rules,
way.
though.
It's a great song. Especially when they perform it.
That was the first
Recently
song
as adults. It's
growing
lovely.
up that I genuinely loved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so into this.
So I felt
great.
about the Zephyr song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Were you like chained up in a basement and not allowed to listen to music for a while?
Also,
That song came out years later.
Original Prankster by Offspring was
Oh,
an
yeah,
early
love
one
that.
for me that I was big into.
Mm-hmm.
Some Weird Al covers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I listened to what's that song? It's like a Weird Al original. One more minute.
I don't think I've
Holds
ever
up,
heard
so
I
good.
don't think I've ever heard
Go
of
home
Yeah.
and give it a bash. Loved it. I
Alright.
listened to it the other day. It was great.
Weird Al.
Yep.
All right. Well, in turn, I feel like I should recommend a song to you. It's called Venom from the soundtrack.
Oh god.
So were you guys saying before, so is Eminem doing the theme song
Yeah,
kind of
as-
thing?
as
The
already
main
done.
It's terrible.
Song.
Yeah,
Oh, it's bad?
Great. He
Oh,
just
no.
says
So good.
Venom a bunch of times. It's
Oh,
quite
no.
funny.
That's my Eminem impression.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks, mate.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you do any other impressions?
No, just Eminem saying Venom.
I think that she
It's so bizarre that it came up
a niche.
organically here today.
That's let's be honest. That's why we asked you.
I
on
think-
the
Thank you.
podcast.
I think the theme song for Venom should have been by Rick Ross and Skrillex, and it should have been called Purple Lamborghini 2. It should have been. They should have just re-recorded
We
that
knew
song.
you'd have to find a way to shoehorn Purple Lamborghini in this.
I love that song so fucking much. Have you heard Purple Lamborghini by
I
Skrillex?
haven't. I'm not very cool with
It's-
music.
It's the this is not a cool song.
Oh.
It's the theme song from Suicide Squad,
Oh, okay.
and it's very bad. It's Rick Ross
Oh.
rapping about Suicide Squad the film
Mm-hmm.
with some sick Skrillex beats.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool,
it's
cool,
pretty
cool.
dope, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty rad. I don't know. Have you guys seen any of Trey Parker and Matt Stone's other movies?
No.
I've
A
seen
very
Or-
long time
I've seen
ago.
Orgasmo, but not for a while.
Yeah.
Cannibal and Orgasmo.
I think I've seen those two, but really long time.
I haven't seen Book
Yeah.
of
Oh,
Mormon.
yeah, I've seen Book of
I've heard
Mormon.
it's great.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
really
great.
good.
I haven't seen that.
It's really good.
It's a musical, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like I bought tickets for my parents to go see Book of Mormon a few months ago for their joint 60th, and to convince them
They have
to
the same
go,
birthday or something?
they're like a month apart.
Yeah, right.
And so like I knew they'd love it, but all they knew is that the dudes from South Park made it. So they weren't into it because like every parent, unless you're super cool, hated South Park when we were growing up.
My dad was pretty into South Park.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
He's
but not because he was cool, because he was irresponsible.
Ah, all right.
What about your mum? Because I think she was quite cool and young, wasn't she?
No, all right. I don't think she ever watched. I still don't know if she's ever seen an episode of South Park. She loves The Simpsons, though.
She loves kick flipping and skating the fuck away.
Yeah. Did she ever take your lunch
That's
money?
your bit. I remember that.
It's the fucking worst. Burning my fucking material.
Have you done that bit in a while?
Would you
Nah, I don't
say
really do it that much anymore.
that your existence alone?
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
Wish I could quote something. Acrostic poem. I don't know.
Yes.
Classic. Classic Hastings. I
Uh,
haven't done that bit in 2 years.
We need to hang out more.
with good reason.
So I to convince my parents that they wanted to go and see that, I had to say that it's the dudes from BASEketball that made
Oh, not South
this.
Park.
Yeah,
that
because
sold
they loved BASEketball
Wow.
growing up. Like that's why I loved it. Because mainly my dad was like a super huge fan. So that's how I got them to go see Book of Mormon, was because of BASEketball.
Clever. Very good.
Oh man.
The huge penises are very funny.
It's
in
very
this
funny.
movie.
I read that that's the first scene that Jenna filmed with them
Oh, really?
because of shooting schedule. That was actually the first scene that. What's her name? In
Oh,
Yasmin
Yasmin
Bleeth.
Bleeth.
yeah, that was the
Oh,
first scene they
from
filmed
Baywatch.
together.
Wow. I reckon the first 2 times I watched it, I didn't pick up that they were.
It's quite easy to miss.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just that one shot.
yeah, because you can see the penis, but
But then
you
she's
can-
like throbbing cock.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
it's like, it's not.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
So I had to
I
miss.
like that a lot.
I like Yasmin Bleeth.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the casting?
Completely destroyed her career with cocaine, but
Oh,
she's better
really?
now, I
Mm.
think.
I didn't know that.
And I mean, Jenny McCarthy's crazy.
Right. So, but this was pre-crazy Jenny McCarthy?
This is pre-anti-vaccine Jenny
Yeah,
McCarthy. This
yeah.
was just post-Playmate, post-singled out.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Dion Bashar doesn't get enough
He
cred.
should be in
Oh,
something.
he's so
He's
good.
good.
Because he's in all their other ones, right? Like
Yeah, Orgasmo. and stuff.
and
And he's
yeah.
definitely done a voice or two in South Park, but not for a long time.
Oh,
So
Well,
I
he-
wonder
really?
if they still...
He's
Wonder what he looks like.
he's
now.
the voice of
I'm gonna look it up.
Satan's lover, isn't he? Like Chris or
Yeah,
whatever
Chris.
his name is.
Saddam Hussein Satan's lover?
No, but then he gets
his
another
other
one later.
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
right. I was just thinking, what you saying about how it ruined her career, but she's better now. I was thinking about this the other day, and this is a very earnest thought. But this the other day, But how, like, I think part of the problem is, like, you hear, like, whenever you hear about celebrities getting fucked up on drugs, you only hear about the success stories. Like, you only hear about how they were able to successfully overcome it. That's what every...
What about when they die?
Well, that's the other thing. Or it's like this, like, tragic hero death or whatever. But, like, you never just hear about the guy who just, like, yeah, he got fucked up on coke and now he sells cars. Like, you never hear about, like, but that happens all the time.
Yeah,
right?
sure. It's just not
So that's
exciting.
like, that was the thing of like, oh, like, maybe I won't get better. Maybe I should just, like...
The drummer from
Sell
Sum
cars.
41 is a real estate agent now.
Yeah. Man, that's tough to hear.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like looks pretty good, and even like on the website bio for the real estate agent, it's like, what are some of your other jobs? And he was like, yeah, drummer for the band Sum 41.
What's Scott Rayner doing?
Man,
Doctor or something, isn't he?
is he?
I heard he was doctor.
I know he went back to college at some point. He went
Who
away
knows?
to college, but I don't know.
going
What,
away to-
yeah, he was going away to college, but I don't know what happened after that.
Blink-182 chat now, don't
Yeah,
worry.
now
Thanks so much for filling me in. Good.
Now it's
I'm in.
the portion where we talk about Blink-182.
Here's something I'm interested in talking about, the crook gay jokes. Where they make out with each other, do you reckon that's like crook or fine?
Fine.
Yeah.
I
reckon it's
would
fine.
think it's...
It's a
I'm
cele-
so not
it's a
educated.
celebration.
It's hard
Yeah.
to say.
It's
Yeah.
a celebration of homosexuality.
Yeah, but it's also
Is it
the
though?
joke is still how gross is it? How gross and funny is it? How ridiculous is it? That's the word.
It's
actually.
ridiculous.
I would-
How ridiculous.
Not
is
me.
it?
I
Two
thought
men are
I
kissing.
I
Oh,
would-
No,
I'm
but
not-
I don't
no.
reckon that's the joke.
that's
I
pretty
reckon the
hard at
joke
that.
is just like, how unexpected is it that
Yeah.
these two mates
Yeah.
just start
But why is it-
furiously
but-
making
But
out?
why is it unexpected?
Because like they're like mates, they're not like a
Yeah,
couple.
but that relies on the
Also,
fulcrum
Matt
of
Stone.
homophobia, you know what I
Matt
mean?
Stone kisses exactly like Hastings.
Oh, that's like 3 for 3, man. Great
It's all
words.
tongue.
Yeah, I think that joke relies on.
Yeah, you probably looked at that and went, "Oh, good kissing technique."
Yeah, that is definitely
It's
how
interesting.
you kiss.
Did someone just say this, that Matt Stone's like way more into it than Trey Parker was?
Yeah, and that's
okay.
also how Hastings kisses in real life.
Oh, okay. Very tongue heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
too
then-
much tongue, too aggressive.
Then everyone else is just like, oh,
Yeah,
Called passion.
I'll commit for the shot, but
It's called passion.
oh,
It's called
no.
committing. It's called being in the moment.
it took me out of the moment because it was too full on. We've all kissed each.
I don't-
Well, not each other. We've both kissed.
don't
They
think-
both kiss.
Aw, it's exciting.
Yeah, I
It
don't know.
wasn't. It was
What
horrifying.
was it?
The
I never
feedback
at one
is-
point in that thing when they started kissing, I was never like, oh, that's making fun of gay people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I thought it was more making
Okay,
fun of like
but,
male
something
friendships.
doesn't need to be
Yeah.
making fun of gay people to have a subtext of homophobia because the joke still relies on. It
But I
being
thought the joke
ridiculous
was
that two
like,
men would
I
kiss.
thought the joke was like it made fun of like dumb male
presumed
friendships.
heterosexuality.
Yeah.
And like it relies on an innate homophobia for that joke to work, even though that might not be the explicit point of the joke.
Maybe you're reading too much into it.
Two
Maybe.
guys kiss and we laugh. It's homophobic. Like,
I didn't
don't know,
laugh. I
on
wept.
base
It was a
level
beautiful
reading.
moment.
I didn't
Yeah.
laugh. I grabbed my nearest friend and made out with her. 'Cause it's a celebration.
Yeah.
I put my enjoy straight up my butthole.
Really just fucking went.
Yeah,
for it.
everyone got aroused. Let's not lie.
Yeah.
We were into it.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe you're just also a double agent of the
Patriarchy.
no, but the
yeah.
Straight triad.
Straight triad.
Someone's got to use that, right?
That's pretty
there's no way
good.
I just
Maybe
made
you
that
should
up.
you
start.
should write that down.
Straight triarchy.
Yeah, it's
I don't know,
good, dude.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
What's everyone's like favorite line or gag? Like quotable line. What's the one what's your go-to from this film?
Man.
It's hard to go past that. I guess that's why she didn't move around a lot.
That's very good.
I love that bit. Just the like deadpan with which it's read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I
old sweet.
think just LA riots, really. Like, there's something about that. Just, something just gets you a little bit. I was just like, oh, that's something. Like,
Yeah.
The song in the car.
Oh, the
Love
song is so
spinning
good.
out of control.
Yeah.
that was
So
funny.
good.
That's a very South Park move. That
Yeah.
was that whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now
Yeah.
this is like South
Well,
Park
because it's sung
territory.
by him.
And it's
Yeah.
Presumably
And,
by
like-
DVD.
Like Team America. I love Team America.
Of course.
Team America is one of my favorite
Yeah.
comedies.
Oh yeah, you forget because
It's
they're
not
physically not in
them.
it.
Yeah.
I fucking love Team America because Team America is super South Parky. Like the
For
whole
sure.
tone is incredibly. It's very South Park. That like they do that a bunch where there's songs with like very
Yeah.
like not even subtext, like real overt. Like
Yeah.
So then that.
I wonder if the song probably wasn't in the original script then. 'Cause
No,
if, like,
I would not
They would
imagine
have
so.
slipped that in because
Pretty
they're so
much-
good at.
Did I imagine
music.
is the montage song from Team America also in a South Park episode?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
going to need a montage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a
Ah.
funny song.
Yeah.
The Freedom Costs $1.05 makes me laugh a lot as well.
There's basically the entire first party scene is quotable to me. Like just from I'm going to own a big sports bar
Yeah.
or like where it's like
Dr.
The home
Kaiser.
runs behind the meatballs.
yeah, and when like the dad is like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he's like, "No, hey, want to be a cock?" You just you know, like
just hanging out, playing Nintendo. Cock.
cock.
Cock's funny.
Hi, Brittany.
And
That's
then-
my favorite
yeah.
one. I
Yeah.
fucking love that.
Then we get
that's very good.
Then we get the cockies.
Then we get the chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good opening for a movie. Very quotable.
Yeah. There's because that's kind of the preamble with the history of sports is very physical, joke based, and then that part in the party
that's true.
is just like tight, like dumb references.
Okay,
And
do you guys want an update on how I got in trouble for
Absolutely.
the
For
podcast thing?
Did you
Yeah,
get in
yeah.
trouble? Confirmed?
No. So I'm still confused. So I said, haha, oh yeah, I'm recording one right now. Then I sent a photo of like the recording stuff. And
Uh-huh.
be like, oh look, I'm doing it right now. She just took a screenshot.
Of
You get a notification when someone screenshots like a temporary photo.
is this what medium is this on?
Instagram?
Did they really?
Just
no.
just when you send a temporary one,
Oh,
it's
boy.
like one kind
no.
of photo.
Oh, okay.
You can emulate the Snapchat function on Instagram now. I'm pretty across the
I don't-
platforms for
yeah.
this sort of thing.
Yeah, you know how to get nudes.
So
That's what you're saying.
current.
Pretty across.
I don't
it,
know
worry about me.
Snapchat.
But yeah, she took a screenshot, so I don't know if that's evidence
Of you-
or,
of your
Or she
photo.
could just be like, your podcast's funny. I have no idea.
She
I might
could just be about
my
to
anxiety
post-
brain might be spiraling a little bit. Who's to say how this ends?
Of course, it's spiraling. What could
Someone
it
goes, I heard your
possibly mean?
podcast with no context. How am I supposed to take that?
You wait. Maybe she had a follow up and you interrupted her. Did she have a follow up? Maybe of like
hope
whether it's
not.
good or bad.
Not yet. She hasn't.
What does it matter if she thinks it's bad though?
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
That it's possible that she's like, you're a disgusting
Hey, man.
person.
But you are a disgusting person.
Yeah, the other thing is like at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want to, if someone's not down to clown with like this disgusting rack, like it's probably for the best, right?
Yeah.
But I just, she's a cool person.
If you
Very
Comedy
cool.
is subjective, though, man. Like not everyone.
I think it's more should be like
Not
you're a
everything's
repellent
for
person.
everyone.
I can't believe
Yeah.
you spoke about me having sex with me in such a candid way on your podcast.
How candid was it?
Well, I didn't use her name,
Okay.
it was candy.
but it was pretty candid. Other than that.
Her name was Candid.
Candid. I want to name my daughter Candid.
Oh no, the poor thing.
Oh,
Set
yeah,
up to
but
fail.
daughter. Yeah, all the disadvantages she's going to have, the name is going to be the biggest one. I'm not going to have a kid. Fuck that. Kids suck.
Are you guys gonna have kids?
Uh,
I know it's a huge
I've
question.
spent a lot of money to freeze sperm in the hope that maybe one day.
cool.
So
Awesome.
hmm.
Yeah, that is an expensive process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that all of the
How
fertility
cold does
stuff.
the freezer need to be? Do you reckon?
I
You
don't
could
know.
just
Like,
put it
we
in
have
your
freezers.
freezer. Yeah. Just put it in the ice cube tray.
Oh look, this joke got made to me so many times. I'll do it in my freezer and I'll jerk you off.
Whoa.
That doesn't seem like a
Cool
joke.
bag,
It seems
dude.
like a
Was
lot
it-
of people are
was
offering
it
to
by-
jerk you off.
Was it by one dude over and over again? Because I think
Yeah.
he's trying to tell you something.
It was me.
Yeah.
Jamie, just do it.
Just, I'll jerk you off, man. I'll do it.
And then he did.
We're friends.
And it was a lovely afternoon.
All right, we're pretty. Anyone got any final thoughts? We're making good
10
time. We got to go
minutes.
do some stuff after this.
What are you guys doing today?
We're going to do Tudor Comedy Club and then
Cool.
Everly.
We're co-hosting Everly Comedy
Yeah.
Club tonight.
Oh, fun.
The Super Friends with the bucket hats.
We have better names. Do we have a team name, you and I? We haven't got
like
one.
like Team Rocket or something.
Yeah, Team Rocket, dude. We can be,
Yeah.
we can be Team Pocket.
Team Bucket.
Team Bucket. No.
I still think we should be called Hopper Stallone 2.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Hoppers. Sorry, I'm DeLong. He's Hoppers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes
Another
the most
Blink-182
sense.
thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you ever like Blink-182? Have you ever Blink-182?
No, I'm,
should check 'em out,
I'm
dude.
very boring with my. I like.
Blink 182 seems if you were
From what I can gather from your social media, you only like two bands, which are or
Hanson.
artists, which are Hanson and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I was going to say though, but if you
Nothing
put
wrong with
up
either of them.
well, I just like I've
Michael Jackson, nothing wrong with that guy. I cannot think of a single bad thing about Michael Jackson.
good. He's an angel.
You could fucking
I
keep
like.
it that way,
I there's this like I have certain bands and artists that I liked as a kid, and I just haven't grown out of them. So
Sure.
like it's
It
I'm
kind
very
of
boring.
surprises me based on the thing that you knew about wrestling with like teenage boys trying to explain that no one
Yeah, no one
Blink
was like
182.
Blink-182.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually.
They're too busy talking about wrestling.
Yeah, that ex was also like a big metalhead, so very like
Ugh,
Metallica.
the worst.
and
Oh,
all that
hell
kind of
yeah.
It's the
stuff.
worst kind of
Let's get him
wrestling
on the
fan.
pod.
Yeah.
He's great. Like I said, great guy. We're still friends. Yeah, so I'm very but it never came across Blink 182.
Man,
I went to a
such a good band.
what's that?
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
No, like I went to another ex of mine was super into
Soundwave?
Panic at the Disco and all those.
Yeah.
those
Yeah, hot damn.
Taste of Chaos.
I went to a huge concert when I was living in LA of Panic at the Disco opened for them.
Oh, God.
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
I went to
that.
that. I went to that.
That'd be huge. Like,
Oh, this was like
Fall Out Boy
5
makes
years
sense.
ago. I went to that concert.
Man,
That's
Fall Out Boy
the-
are pretty dope.
Fall Out Boy rule.
No, they don't.
Those like first 3 albums are pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, they're
Nah,
sick.
they're not.
They are great albums.
All right, we're just arguing about music again. Let's
Yeah,
finish
all
this
right.
fucking thing.
Does this happen?
All right, well,
Yeah.
do we have any final thoughts about the movie? I think we've covered it pretty well, right?
This is probably the most we've ever talked about the movie.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Hastings is spiraling now because this girl
Well, I'm
hasn't.
running out
no.
of beer and I'm a little anxious about this girl, to
All
be
right,
honest.
all right. Let's get
It'll
him
be
to
fine.
Tudor. Get him
She
some
loves
more
it.
beers.
I followed up with what do you think? Is that thirsty? Was that too
No.
much?
Bullshit,
No, I don't
like-
think that's thirsty so much as deeply insecure.
But
Well,
like,
that's true.
I just don't
That's-
like the statement of I
hate that
listened to
shit.
your podcast.
Yeah,
with
that's the
no
worst kind of thing to
explanation.
do.
You have every right to ask.
It's like the same when people are like, I saw your comedy.
Exactly. You have every right to ask if you want to.
Yeah.
What did you think?
My old my like a person I used to live with, my old best friend. She used to just open up conversations with me with so. And I was like, I'm spiraling. I'm in
what?
a full spiral
What
now.
does this
And she'd be
mean?
like, so, and then 3 minutes later, what do you want for lunch? And I'd be like, why are you doing, like,
What
don't,
kind of game is
like-
that?
So,
Are you my parents?
new episode of The Good Wife is out. Do you want to watch it?
Like,
So I heard what you said about me. Like it could go
Yeah.
either way.
that was, every time
Yeah.
it was like, so I was like, oh god, what have I done? Like,
Yeah.
what have I fucking like, oh. I just ended up asking to stop. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
need
fair
to stop
enough.
doing that. Like,
It's probably not the first time.
oh, anyway,
Alex, do you have anything you want to plug?
Um,
Has the pilot aired? It has, hasn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
So we had the pilot. That's done.
What about the podcast?
Yeah, I guess I could. Yeah, so Beck Charwood and I are starting a new podcast. We've got a
Ooh.
couple in the can. We're not going to start releasing them until we're going away for a few weeks next month. So we'll start releasing them in November. And it's very exciting. It's called A Lady's Guide to Dude Cinema. And basically, we just watch all of the movies that dudes have shamed
Venom.
us for never seeing.
Venom would be great. You should
Yeah.
do Venom. Like,
Well, it's on the list. Like, this is the exact conversation. So, like, we just both realized that we've
you're
been...
talking to the right people right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh, male comedians are the best for this concept. Are you kidding me?
Boondock Saints,
That's on the
Yeah.
list.
Matrix, I assume.
Oh,
Matrix.
on the list.
All
We've
the
only,
Star Wars
we've
Every
done-
Tarantino film ever made, I presume.
obviously.
Yeah.
We've done 4 so far. We've done Top Gun.
I don't like Top Gun.
Neither.
Yeah, I
Love
didn't
Top
like
Gun.
it.
I love Top Gun.
Makes sense.
What else have we done? Silence of the Lambs, which I am a huge
Fuck,
fan
oh,
of.
these
So
are just movies I like. Fuck.
we've
You're a fuckboy.
done. We're about to do Fast and the Furious. Oh, we've done
Great.
Terminator, which I
Oh.
quite
Terminator.
liked.
Fucking rules.
And I just watched the second one last night.
That's
which-
so
That
good.
was even better.
It's
I
so
reckon.
much, so
Second-
good.
second
Because I don't
better.
like action movies. Like I never have. But that's an action movie I can get around the Terminator because Kyle is fucking hot, and I want to have time travel sex with him. So
And Arnie?
Arnie, yeah, looking good in
I
this
need your
movie.
clothes,
Terminator,
your boots,
Arnie's
and your
so
motorcycle.
He's so fucking good in the original Terminator.
Yeah. So we just watch all of the movies that over the years we've been shamed by dudes for never having seen. Our ultimate is Die Hard. That's our. That's
It's
our,
like episode 100.
probably yeah.
It's like fine. I
Hmm?
think.
But that's pretty
I
much
think
the
it's
concept
that
of reading Watchmen as well. Like,
Yeah, do Watchmen.
but no, because
Yeah.
the movie doesn't track as well as.
Movie's not as good. Zack Snyder kind of sucks, man. Like none of his. I haven't really seen a great Zack Snyder movie.
You're talking about it again.
300 maybe. 300 was good.
Oh, that's on our list.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I haven't seen a lot of these, so that
Cool.
makes me
You
feel
should
good.
be a
Like,
guest on our potty.
Yeah. Real woman.
Can I just be a guest
Yeah.
and come on? And
Until
yell at
you've
you
been
for
shamed for not having seen Die Hard.
Can I just come on and
Unfortunately, I date women, so.
be like I'm the.
True. Yeah. It's mainly dudes who've dated.
I feel like I'm like the peak of like that archetype of like shitty dudes that you used to go out with, like the people, you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought you were
We've-
just going to say shitty dudes. I was like, yeah.
Oh man, that too maybe. But I'm like,
We've
I feel like
we've dated in a past life
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Like I'm a potential ex-boyfriend to every woman. I feel like
You have traits that remind
yeah,
everyone.
exactly. I'm a perpetual. So it's like I feel like maybe I should come on this pod and just be a real cunt about it.
Well, like we also want to have like
mean you haven't fucking
Yes.
seen the Matrix? Like,
exactly. we want to have guests.
Bullet time.
of dudes who are fans of the movie that we're reviewing
love
and
that.
have it. Like, it's fun too because we'll just have watched the movie for the first time, whereas it's a classic and people have been watching it for 30 years.
Oh, surely Scarface has to be on
Scarface,
there.
yeah, for sure. So anyway, that was a very long plug
Yeah,
for me, but
it's a good plug. Come to Powerbomb Comedy Festival.
Come to the Powerbomb.
Oh,
Comedy
yeah, that was
Festival.
great.
Every Saturday in August, not August, October. We're all doing
States
shows.
Brewery.
We've got Sam Campbell and Aaron Gox doing shows as well. It's going to be great.
shit, yeah.
Come to Powerbomb.
Aaron Gox, we should get better at plugging Jamie. Aaron Gox, he's famous. He's on the internet. You've seen his shit. He's
great.
great. He's fucking doing it at our venue. Support Aaron Gox. Support your boys and girls. And fucking just buy some. I need the money. Just fucking make it happen. Get Campbell down. Fucking Sam Campbell. He won the Barry.
Yeah, he's won the
Nanette
Barry,
2
guys.
or whatever it's fucking called.
Stop. You are like shaming people for not going. Like
Yeah.
straight up, that's your attitude.
Just do it, man.
That's your vibe.
And then come see our shows too.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Please.
Yeah, a little.
The Ant and the
decorum.
Grasshopper, Andrew Hastings and Alex White, October 13.
Miss November,
Nice.
October 13, Rose Piper.
The Butter Boy. Or October. I said August again. October 6th.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, at some point. No, that's it. Alex, thank you
We're
so
gonna
much
do
for
it?
coming on the podcast.
Thanks
Are
for
we going to
having
do it?
me.
We've got to do it. All right, everybody, to the next step.
To the next step.
To the next step.
Say hi to your mum for me.